An allegory of the cave was presented by one of the most famous and great Greek philosophers, Plato. Imagine the situation in which people live deep inside of a cave. They are chained and face a black wall. Behind them, a fire is burning. They perceive the world only from shadows, which are projected on the wall, and echoes, which exaggerate actual sounds and volumes. One person is chosen among the group to venture outside the cave and gains the opportunity to experience the real world for the first time in his entire life. Once he goes outside, he is amazed by everything he sees, such as the brightness of the sky, fascinating smell of the flowers, and brilliant rays of the sun, and encountering of others, because they are all new to him. That is the allegory that we learned in humanities class this past semester. Now, let's think about ourselves. Our cave, Japan, those cave dwellers, us. Mr. Our humanity professor, who introduced the allegory to us, mentioned that by using intellect, which is the mind, we are going to leave our familiar and homeland cave, Japan, to start an adventure to go to a new place. For some of us, the new destination is the shore of America. For others, England, Monaco, the Netherlands, and elsewhere. What is so remarkable about our year here is that unlike the allegory, in only which one person ventures out, we all together venture out to fulfill our dreams or to discover them. We are going to leave our familiar cave, Japan. I said that, sorry. Okay. We are going to outside of the cave, unchained, and inside of our hearts, a fire is burning intensely, as if it waits to explode. Actually, we already took the first step to exit it last April. Our eyes have been opened up to the world through experiencing here, a few of which I want to share with you today. Are you happy? Happy? Maybe some of you are familiar with who has said those words many times over the year at NIC. I love Tony, always asking that in NSD first semester. Are you happy? At first when he said it, I was not sure what he meant, but realized later that he was likely asking us whether we were happy with this decision we are making. Life is about choices, and they form your life. You consciously or unconsciously determine to step out of the cave and generate motivation to accomplish something in the real world. So I guess what he makes us think about is to always ask ourselves whether this is indeed what we want to do. Happiness was for me coming to NIC and taking this first step. So yes, Tony, I was happy then, and I am even more happy today. And I feel so grateful to have been your students, as we all are. Life is beautiful, or sometimes more sarcastically, that's life. I'm sure that we all know whose birthday are. As soon as Danny entered the room, he often looked out the window and commented on how beautiful a day it was. I never fully understood why he said that. I mean, some days it was rainy and cloudy. But despite the weather, he said, "Today is beautiful." Oh, I forgot that. Today is beautiful. Yes, today is beautiful. And yes, when some students did not feel that day was beautiful because of homework, he asked us a series of questions whose answers were obvious. He'd ask if we had eaten something, if we had awakened to home rather than to the sound of gunfire or bombing, or if we had a chance to be educated. All of the answers were undeniably yes. And then he finished by asking us if someone loved us, even though the answer was no for some students. But he assured us that he loved us. Thank you, your love. He loved us. He loved us. And if we still complain about having a lot of homework, he'd say, that's life. I learned significant point about life from Danny. And yes, Danny, today our lives are beautiful, thanks to you. Learning never ends, no matter who you are. Hiroto-san impressed me by telling us at the outing that she learned French. So she's still a student, but also you are a teacher and a provider. You've made a shared effort to provide access to education for us and for children in Cambodia by establishing a school for them and teaching them directly. Your devotion and dedication to the students in the school inspired me to make me think that I want to be like you in the future. A person who pursues knowledge and is a giver for others in the world. Thank you for your inspiring influence. Finally, about myself. Well, since I was a junior high school student, my ambition has been to visit many places throughout the world and communicate with people there. When I had a short trip to Okinawa by myself last February, I had an opportunity to have a conversation with flight attendant who works at JAL for both domestic and international airline. I was motivated by her shining face and by her talk. She was so passionate, telling me how delightful and how meaningful her job was to her. I want to be a flight attendant like her, who makes customer trips unforgettable and beautiful. To close, although we were exiting from the cave, we can always think back to this place, where our curiosity was triggered and where we together ventured out. I am so happy to have met such wonderful classmates here and teachers. And I will never forget the great time spent with you. And I appreciate all of you, and especially my parents here, who always help and motivate me. And thank you for Tate-san. Thank you, Tate-san, for telling me not to limit myself. He taught me that there is a different level of best for everyone. So we sometimes underestimate what our best is. But actually, we can do more. We can always do more because we will always be those curious cave dwellers, seeking our dreams and exploring our wonderful world together. Thank you.